I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel. It's your girl, DYANAROZAY. I'm here to bring y'all the latest in news and reality TVT. We are talking about Wendy Ose. I have an update for y'all on that. And we are also talking about Cookie Monster from over there on RHOP. Wendy from RHOP, but also Cookie Monster child. She is the real Grinch of Christmas this year. She has decided to ruin a whole bunch of people's lives and possibly livelihoods, okay? I'm gonna give you guys the latest on that, along with some other things. So if you can hear the sound of my voice, let me know by putting your country, your island, your city, wherever you are from, into the chat real quick. Okay, come on in. Welcome, 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 child. Christmas is just around the corner. Christmas is just around the corner. Where's my little Christmas motif? Here we go. Come on in. Welcome, everyone. Nice to have you. Nice to have you. Nice to have you. I see a few of y'all in here. Let's see who we have. We have Marnice in the house. What's up, Marnice? We got Miss Gloria, Andre, Sherry. What's up? Wanda, what's up? So yeah, look, they really are trying to throw the book over there at Miss Wendy. And I'm not sure, based on what has come out in the reports today, I'm not sure that the prosecution believe they have enough to secure a conviction. So they are asking for a lot of evidence now within the case, which is exactly what Wendy's lawyer had said previously when they had put all that information out there, again, to persecute Wendy in the press, right? In the public. And Wendy's lawyer came out and said, this is very, very uncouth. Like, this is not how the state should be bringing a case. If they have the evidence, go on ahead and hold on to that evidence. You don't go putting out information saying, oh yeah, well, we already subpoenaed Google and, Gmail and all this other shit. So they said that it looks like they're trying their case as they go before we even get to court. They might be on to something based on some shit I read earlier. Come on in. Hit the like button, share the video, please and thank you. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, okay? So listen, we're going to start off with my question first, because y'all know that I like to do these questions that people have. They write in and they ask the public for their opinions, for their opinion about things. And today it is regarding mixed signals. Now, I don't know if anybody's been in relationships like this, but someone has written in and they want a little advice on how they should handle this relationship. So this person says, I have a serious question. I'm in a new relationship with this guy that's 3 years younger than me. Everything started off great. Date nights, great communication, quality time, flowers, etc. But now within a month and a half in our relationship, I've noticed, they've only been together for a month and a half. I've noticed that our communication has died down and he doesn't touch me like he used to. When I come over to his house and when I begin to, try to push up on him, he questions me and says, what are you doing? And I'm like, what do you think? You know what I'm saying? But he'll tell me to stop. However, when we're in public, he gives me all the affection, all kinds of PDA. I'm so confused. I don't know what to do. Should I say something or should I just ignore it? Should she say, I'm going to give y'all 3 choices. Should she say something? That's number 1. Put a 1 in the chat. Should she ignore it and keep moving? Put a 2 in the chat. Or should she just effing leave? She's only been there for a month and some change. Okay, put a 3 in the chat. 1, say something to him, try to work it out. 2, say nothing at all and just keep going with what's ever happened. And number 3, quit the damn relationship. Because if you're already getting mixed signals now, what do you want from him? Okay. Look, one person said, go on ahead and talk it out. Go on ahead and talk it out, child. But everybody else said 3, child. 3, 3. 3. He's probably bipolar. Leave him. 3, 3. What's up, Diaries? She said 3, 3, 3. She should definitely leave. I put that third option in there. You didn't give it, but I am going to tell you, a month and some change is not an investment. And he's telling you pretty early who he is. So if you're willing to stick it out, that means you like that relationship the way it is. Okay. Don't PDA me and then, push me off when we're at the house. That's not cool. Okay. She don't need to start off on the wrong foot. Right. Sometimes people ignore God's warning. God is hitting you all upside the head and telling you right off bat, that's not the one. Okay. So yeah, just wanted to know what y'all think. We all believe the same thing. We all believe the same thing. So let's move on to the next subject. Okay. Hold on one second. I got to get my screen up. Yeah, I agree with y'all. Only one person said that you should give him a little talking to. I don't know if it feels like Christmas where y'all are, but it has been warm here. It's actually warmer now than it was on Thanksgiving. Like we've been having 60-degree days. And every time I go outside, I'm like shocked. I don't know why, but I'm shocked. Like 60, 65, damn near 70 degrees. It's actually colder inside of my house than it is outside. I have to open up the door to warm up, which I guess is a good thing because you don't have to turn the heat on. But it's freezing in here. You said it's 65 and sunny where you are. Where are you, Annette?
You definitely was gonna be at home, but dang it, I was supposed to be at Consulate.
Okay. All right, let's get on to some of these stories. Turn the volume down. Let's get on to some of these stories real quick. Shreveport, Louisiana. Is it supposed to be 70 degrees in Atlanta? Oh, thank God. I need a 70-degree day. Oh, that would make me happy. Okay. Minnesota sounds cold, child. All right, let's get to the next story, y'all. I don't know if you saw this a little earlier, child, but Wiz Khalifa is going to be in the pokey, okay? He is out of the country, apparently. He forgot where the hell he was, and he decided to light up while he was on stage performing in Romania, of all places. And now his ass is doing a 9-month sentence over there, which is absolutely horrible. It's horrible to do a sentence anywhere, but from what I'm understanding, child, you better get your life together being in another country and not knowing the damn rules. He decided to go over there and he forgot where the hell he was. I can't even imagine he would be on stage with it. But it says the rapper has been sentenced to 9 months in prison after prosecutors appealed an earlier fine tied to an alleged on-stage cannabis use. So it looks like they actually only gave him a fine, but the country said, no, there'll be none of that. We're about to make an example of your ass. Okay. And now he's going to be over there serving 9 months in prison. Yikes. Yikes on a bike. I would never. I'm telling you right now, people who need to smoke to that degree where you forget where the hell you are and you always got to have something in your mouth. You got to be real dumb. Come on in. You should know what the law when you're traveling. You shouldn't even need that type of shit when you're traveling. You know what I'm saying? Just in case, because you don't know where you're going. I remember we were in Mexico not too long ago either, and there were a whole bunch of people that would, and I'm pretty sure that they were probably like undercover cops. but they trick you into thinking, that you could light up with them or whatever. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. Get your ass back on a plane and come back to the US. For as effed up as things are here, much worse, much worse for you wherever else you think you're going to go. Okay? You can hold out. You don't have to smoke over there. That's my opinion. Think that's some clown shit. Let's talk about Charlemagne the God real quick. I'm not a fan of Charlemagne the God. I really think that he is a modern day coon, okay? Personally, that's my opinion. I don't like how he drives politics on his show because he's really out of touch. And he's already admitted that he doesn't read. He doesn't read what's going on in the political climate. He just kind of take in opinions and then give his own. So he doesn't really do the research. But I guess that's what the people over there like. They like a person that doesn't give the research and spew out a bunch of false negative bullshit that could literally change the trajectory of things, especially with elections and things like that. So in order to show them how much they love him, they gave him $200 million in a contract. That's what was announced today. Now, listen, a lot of people were wondering whether or not he had signed a contract. I know I read that maybe a day or two ago, that out of everybody on that show over there, he was the only one who still didn't have a signed contract. And people were under the impression that he would not be brought back to the Breakfast Club, that he had done something really effed up to get his ass bumped off the show. But clearly, those people over there love them some Charlemagne the God, and he has a $200 million 5-year contract to keep effing up the current climate where politics are concerned. Okay, let's see. Who did you say? Charlemagne the God is a big ass joke to me. Me too. Okay, I have never, and I don't even listen to it because I can't. It really bothers me that somebody could be that dumb and be allowed to do what he does over there on that platform. But like I said, if you ever want to know if somebody's working for the man, he is. He is in every sense of the word. He does egregious shit. Very, very horrible. And I agree with you. Okay. But yeah, he got compensated big time for it. Okay. And it says breaking: radio personality Charlemagne the God signs a $200 million deal with iHeartRadio, extending his time with the Breakfast Club. The iHeart and Black Effect Podcast Network partnership and some other thing, according to Forbes. All of this came out earlier today, and he even got a write-up in Forbes. Charlemagne has a lot of people that believe that he's the voice of young Black people, and they literally pay this man to be very ignorant in regards to how he handles the Black community. That's all I can say. Okay. That's my personal thoughts on it. I listened to him before. I've listened to him more times than I should. And every time I'm like, I cannot understand how this fucker keeps getting chances. And there's a lot of people who have come out and said otherwise. Okay. In the aftermath of things. He tap dances for the right folks. 1000% accurate. But I tell everybody with ears, don't listen to that shit. The things that he says is absolutely embarrassing. You are shocked that Amanda Seales finally called him out. I'm not. I knew Amanda Seales was heading that way, but for sure, her and Charlemagne had broke up many years ago, but she actually told the reason why, that his people wanted him to take credit for something she did, her legal property, you know what I'm saying? And they said, we can only do this deal if Charlemagne takes the credit, because they want him to look smart. But I've seen many people come on that platform and say, listen, you might be the dumbest fucker I've ever seen on this show. Okay. Literally. And so like I said, there's some people that's still out here eating good. There's a lot of people that are in harm's way with the current political climate, not Charlemagne. And if you want to know why he said some of the most ignorant shit, in the world these last couple of months. Now you know why. He's been in negotiations for a long time, that I am sure. But I just wanted to get that out there off my chest. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations for being the right one. Okay. Congratulations for that. Not a lot of people have that type of, well, I shouldn't say that. There's probably a lot of people that do have it. It takes a special kind of person not to do it. Okay. It takes a special kind of person not to do it. He's not one of them. Who else do I want to talk about? Let's talk about this young lady real quick by the name of Rizzy. I don't know if you guys heard about her. She was a TikToker. Y'all know everybody has been talking about the YouTube B sector. Sometimes they will refer to it as, or beef sector, where people say and do crazy shit to bully people and then see if they'll take their own life. Okay, that is an actual factual thing. I'm not making it up, and I've shared this on my platform a couple of times. I've seen it happen right here in the Love and Marriage Huntsville sector. I knew what that shit was when it was going down. I saw it. I called it out then. And yeah, we are lucky to see nobody have, well, I can't even say that because people have been under pressure on the show. Okay. And even though there has been a whole write-up about how Kiki Jabbar had lost her life, I actually interviewed her where she said, I've thought about taking my life. She said that on my platform. It's right there on audio and visual if you want to see it. She said it. So I know that she had already been thinking about it. Anyway, I say all of that to say there's a young Black woman who literally took her life the other day on live on TikTok. And she was into it with, I guess, some other TikTokers who didn't know when to say when. It was several, I would say maybe 7 or 8 people that were attacking her all at one time on that platform. They were all on live together. And this young lady couldn't take it. And so she ended up taking herself off the planet because of that bullshit. I don't know what is going on in the world right now, why people think that it is real fun, you know what I'm saying, to not have a balanced perspective, to have person after person after person after person come up and attack somebody. That is the most disgusting thing ever. It's one of the reasons why I stopped running lives, because people did not know how to show balance in their interaction and communications. Having someone come up on your platform and say that type of garbage over and over and over again, and then being shocked that someone couldn't take it is really ridiculous to me. And I am getting on my high horse to have this conversation because I have seen it happen so many times in this sector. It's disgusting. And people need to get their shit together, grow up, and learn that just because someone doesn't agree with you, it doesn't mean that you have to attack them. Also, just because you don't agree with someone's platform because they have an opinion, it doesn't mean that you have to bring your troll ass to their pages and look up their information and, you know, attack them that way, because that's all BS too. But we're probably going to see a lot more of this type of crazy shit happen, especially since, you know, things are happening in the world and in this country that's causing people to be incredibly depressed. So they look to these platforms to be a bright spot in their day. And I just want to remind people that there's real people on the other side of these platforms. Just because people like to hide behind screens, you know what I'm saying, and ask y'all to be crazy, don't let them do that. Don't participate in that bullshit. Show your face. Show your face and say what you got to say. Okay. Anyway, moving on from that, I just thought it was dirty. I don't mean to bring people down, but I am going to tell that story because I thought it was garbage. What else do y'all need to know? TikTok has been bought by Oracle. The United States officially owns TikTok. They have been in this negotiation for over, I want to say well over 3-4 years, maybe. It seemed like every other day they were talking about how they were going to remove TikTok. Well, it is official. It has been purchased by a group called Oracle. It's an American investor. Under the agreement, TikTok will be operated by a new joint venture. They'll own 50% of this platform, okay? With just over 30% held by affiliates, including ByteDance investors, who was the group that owned it initially 100%. But now this is supposed to be a way that could reshape creator monetization. Just in case you guys are wondering, it's going to be a lot of platform competition, and they probably will also restructure it. A lot of y'all know that social media is tracking our every move, okay? We do enjoy it for like YouTube and things like that. We go on TikTok to look at videos, but all of these social media platforms track how you engage. And right now, I know I read maybe last week that the United States are requiring that anybody visiting out of the country provide all of their emails, provide all of their email addresses and all of their social media accounts. They want to be able to review it. And it won't be long before this is true for any place we travel. Okay. Mexico, Canada, Paris, Italy. So we do want to make sure that our online behavior is one that somebody else will find acceptable. This is all stuff you can Google, by the way, and look up for yourself, but this is a real deal. They were actually saying anybody traveling in to the US that's not a citizen or doesn't have a visa, I think that's how they put it, doesn't have a visa. And right now, people that obtain visas have to do this. So this isn't new. If you are looking to get a visa to come into the US, that's one of the things you have to do. Surrender all of your email addresses, surrender all of your social media accounts, and you can't just delete them either. Apparently, they have a way of getting all of that stuff off of your phone or anything that you may have. I don't know. We shall see. But the same, just so you know, the BEEF sector of YouTube does the exact same bullshit, period. There has been people that have taken their life on this platform as well for the exact same bullshit reasons, bullying, okay? So if y'all are serious, I would not go to these platforms that encourage that bullshit. Not unless you want it on your head, you know what I mean? It's up to you. All right, let's move on to the next story, child. Let's talk about Wendy Ose finally. Look at Wendy and Eddie. They showed up at court looking like $1 million damn bucks today. Wendy came in that damn fur. Eddie got on his camel hair coat. Okay, they look really good. And it was real interesting what the judge had to say about him, okay? Or not even the judge, but the prosecutors. So let me get that out there. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about too. That's why everybody's quiet in the social media. Y'all know who I'm talking about, who encourages that bullshit. And everybody in this platform, everybody has said, oh my God, my mental health, my emotional health, you're attacking my kids. And everybody laughs because y'all don't think these people are real. But when they start taking themselves out, y'all feel different. Maybe, I don't know, shit. Maybe people are okay with it. Anyway, I told y'all I was going to give y'all this update on Wendy Ose and her cute self, child. Out here looking good for the folks. Where's my information? Here we go. Okay, so she did go to court today and she got another pounding. I'm not sure that everything went in her favor. Okay, so according to several reports, Real Housewives of Potomac star Wendy and Eddie Ose found themselves back in court today, Friday, as prosecutors laid out new claims in their ongoing insurance fraud, including allegations that investigators uncovered 67 credit and debit cards stuffed inside of their 4 luxury wallets, one of them being a Chanel wallet. Why, I don't know. But anyway, they said that there was over 67 credit cards. I don't know. Over my lifetime, could I have had over 67 credit cards? I think so. I mean, I've had a credit card since I was, I don't know, maybe 18 years old. So I think that it's real easy to just get credit cards, and maybe she was collecting them. I don't know. But they said that she had reported a Chanel wallet stolen and that there were credit cards in there. Okay. A bunch. During this contentious hearing, a prosecutor told the judge that despite the couple's glamorous lifestyle, the Osefos are actually broke, is what they said. They have very little to no money. Is that a shock? Do y'all believe that the Osefos are broke? If you do, put a 5 in the chat. If you think that the prosecutor might be, a little fugazi, put a 7 in the chat. Because they do work. You know what I'm saying? Wendy and Eddie are on the show. I think Wendy makes a pretty penny on the show. Wendy was working at 2 universities, I thought. Eddie was also a lawyer, but according to Ashley, he lost his job, or he stepped away from his position. And then they got the Happy Eddie store, which I think has been in business for at least 2 years, maybe more, maybe 3. But anyway, the prosecutors are saying that they believe them to be broke, that they have very little money, and that they appeared in court to block subpoenas that was asking for over 8 years of personal financial records. Wendy and Eddie's attorney argued that those records are private and confidential, while the prosecutors countered that most of the records they already have. They just want to see what they give to them, okay? And they believe that this is critical to the case. It sounds like you guys are saying that you don't think that they're broke, okay? Sounds like they're living above their means. 5, they spend above their means, okay? The Osefos were charged in October. We already know this. They made claims saying that thieves had stole roughly $450,000 worth of designer clothing, handbags, things like that while they were on vacation. But the prosecutors have also alleged that the couple was burdened by substantial debt prior to even making the claims. Now, y'all remember initially they said they had over 40 credit cards and debit cards, that they were linked to company names and the aliases Pam Oliver and Eddie Hennessy. Today, they said that they had over 67, and they want that to be the reason that they get these other bank records, because they want to see how they were using these credit cards. Whereas Wendy and Eddie's attorneys, because they are being tried together. Before they want to be tried separately, they're being tried together. Wendy and Eddie's attorneys said that the majority of those credit cards were actually turned off. They're not even operational, okay? And they said that this is a witch hunt, and they believe that because they are Black, that they are doing above and beyond shit that they would normally do. The prosecutor said we have a responsibility to the public to bring this couple to justice. I don't know. I do think that coming to court and asking for the other records sounds a little weird. It seems like stuff that you would do before you made it to court, but I don't know. I can tell you that the judge said in the case that he would have to think about whether or not he's going to let the state grab these other records, but he did tell Wendy's and Eddie's attorney that he's inclined to side with the state. So he's saying that he's on the state side for this, but he's going to think about it a little bit more before he makes his final judgment. I don't know. I think that's horrible, but it looks like they had a horrible day in court. It looks like they had a horrible day in court, and this just had to do with the prosecutors, the state asking for more information, and them trying to figure out how to defend themselves, because they deserve to know how, what the prosecutor has so that they can defend themselves against it. Either way, that is a shame, child. Okay, let me see. What else do I have for y'all? What else did I say I was going to talk to you guys about? Let's talk about this real quick. They know that they will make an example out of us. We can't do what others do. I think that we probably in 2026, let's stop thinking about how they make an example out of us. You know what I'm saying? Specifically because we were made an example out of when they hung us from trees for no reason at all. You know what I'm saying? Because, somebody could just say, oh, he whistled at me. You know what I'm saying? You was made an example out of then. You was made an example out of when they were burning your house to the ground. We don't know what's true or what's false, and they'll make an example out of you. So maybe we got to train our minds to think about that part a little differently because for the majority of our time here on this soil, we've been made an example out of for little to nothing. You know what I'm saying? Always, all the time. So sometimes people might make honest mistakes and you could still be made an example out of. You know what I mean? You can walk the walk. You could be Martin Luther King and they make an example out of your ass for that, right? Don't be asking for your rights. Don't be asking for equal rights and freedom and that bullshit. Let's make an example out of you. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop. Let's start thinking about how to, what's another way to put it? Let's stop catering to the idea that if we do things a certain way, that we'll be liked or respected or given a fair shot. Because that's not always the case. That's more likely not the case than the other way around. You know what I mean? Okay, now let's talk about these people right here. This has to do with Real Housewives of Potomac as well. Y'all know I have been talking to y'all about Miss Cookie, okay, who I affectionately called Cookie Monster the other day after I found out some shit about her, okay? I also put Jamie from Love and Marriage DC on this thumbnail because he was the one who really helped break or confirm some of the shit that was going on out there, right? So on the show, when Cookie's on, we see her go after Stacey. We don't know why. She seemed very, very passionate about it, about taking her down, thinking, how dare you act like you're dating my friend Chris Samuels, and how dare you put his personal information out there about what was going on between him and Monique, right? Or you taking that back to him. Cookie was fighting Stacey for a different reason. It wasn't to protect Monique's interests. It was actually to protect Chris's interest. But I will say this. Monique came back and said, listen, when the girls tried to get Monique to go against Stacey, she said, I'm not going against Stacey. I appreciate you telling me. But the truth of the matter is, between my ex and Cookie, neither one of them is trustworthy. Both of them are liars. And Cookie in particular, I'll never be in the same room with that bitch for the rest of my life, for as long as I live. I'm not even sure how she weaseled herself in on this show. She says this on camera. She said, how did she weasel herself in on the show with Giselle? What's going on with that? That's what I really want to know. Well, anyway, I ended up telling you guys about it. And I also showed you that Cookie had a record. Okay. Let me take this down. Hold on. So I told y'all that Cookie had a record, right? I said that she actually pled guilty. And this is coming from a page called All About the Tea. All About the Tea said, I actually looked it up. Shit, I got access to this stuff. I looked it up. She was found guilty of wire, or actually pled guilty to wire fraud. And then she also said she had a slew of other shit on her record over the years. So it's not just a one-time incident. It was incident after incident after incident, including theft, identity fraud, and forging checks, shit like that, right? So she said, I'm not sure how Bravo is playing over there, but this might be a little wild. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, when I talked to y'all about it in my video, let me put this up here. I told y'all that Jamie had came over. He watched the video. He said, you nailed it, bitch. You nailed it. This is exactly what I've been trying to tell people. I also told y'all in this video right here, you see the thumbnail for, I told y'all that Jamie was accusing Cookie of pushing that information out there to Winter, and that Winter knew who Cookie was. So when she was showing up on screen, being all doe-eyed, like, I don't know why you're attacking me, kind of shit, Jamie was like, you know exactly who the person is that gave you that information, and you knew they was fucking lying, but you brought it on the show because you wanted to, up your name. You didn't have a storyline or whatever the case may be. Anyway, when I told y'all about that, Jamie actually co-signed it. He said she has 7 or more fake pages and she's still trolling. period. One of the things that Monique had also pointed out, because I think that Miss Cookie she got a lot of ties over there in DC. That's all it looks like she has a lot of ties in DC. But one of the things that Monique said about Cookie is that she pretended, or she was spreading the rumor very early in Monique's and Chris's marriage, when they were good and happy, that she was sleeping with him and that he was going to divorce Monique and leave her for Cookie. Cookie was spreading that rumor out there. And she also said that Monique had a party with like a huge go-go. What does he do? He does go-go music. I think his name is Chuck Brown. He's like the king of go-go. Anyway, she said that Cookie was saying that she was Chuck Brown's daughter at the party. And Monique was like, why would you spread that rumor, right? Hold on, y'all. I need to plug my camera up. Monique said, why the fuck would you spread that rumor around when you know for a fact you're not, number one. Number two, Chuck Brown is a friend of ours. Like, he's a real deal friend of ours. And you're at the party spreading the rumor to the people at the party. So you make us look janky. Right? So she says all of that. And then, y'all, come on in, everybody. Welcome to the chat. Then, y'all, it turns out that Cookie might have some sort of ties with the go-go crowd over there in Washington, D.C., because this man right here in the middle, his name is Anwan Glover. He has a band called Backyard, and apparently he was about to do his big one on Christmas Day, okay? He was supposed to perform at some big arena, and it was such a big deal that Netflix was going to come in and film it. He was about to blow up on a national level, not just, I guess, locally. And I don't know Anwan Glover at all. I'm going to look up his music after I finish talking to y'all and see what's going on. If y'all know any Anwan Glover songs, put it in the chat so that I can look it up so I can see what type of, sound he has. But according to Anwan, a third party blew up his shit. And Jamie confirmed it was Cookie. So I want y'all to hear this story, because, baby, the way these trolls keep messing up people's bag is absolutely crazy. Hold on. Let me get y'all Anwan's, his page. Here we go. Come on in. Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, here's Anwan Glover. Cookie must be in ties with high-profile criminals like herself to make things stop. Hey, lies and more lies. Who are the high-profile criminals in the Love and Marriage Huntsville sector that has made shit stop? How is it that 20 plus bloggers or content creators just stop doing any type of content because of these high profile criminals? Please let me know. Because there's a lot of people, y'all have no idea what be happening behind the scenes. But let's listen to what he has to say. This is a video that he had put out yesterday regarding his performance.
Good day, my people. Sadly to inform you, family fans, that we will not be performing at the Northwest Stadium on Christmas Day at the Plaza. Third party has got us kicked off. This don't have nothing to do with Backyard or the Commanders, man.
Okay, let me put a pause on it right now. First of all, let me just say, I love me a Baltimore accent. I love me a Baltimore accent. Y'all know I'm an accent person, okay? But he said a third party that has nothing to do with Backyard or the Commanders, which I guess is the musicians that he performs with, or his group. He said, and they got shit to do with us, and they got us kicked off of the Christmas or holiday special, okay? Hold on.
2026, things have to change, man. My band canceled travel plans for the holidays, canceled clients. Out of town people bought tickets for our super tailgate before we perform at the plaza. Lobster tails, the list goes on. We put in big, or we didn't pay for warm sweatsuits, hats, everything.
So he said they paid for performance suits, hats, lobster. I mean, like Christmas is next week. So of course you're going to get everything, you know what I'm saying, together so that you can make this big performance. And the biggest part of this deal is Netflix was supposed to film it and put them on the platform. So this was their way of really shining. Okay. He sounds good. His voice, yeah, his voice does sound good, doesn't it? I said the same thing. I'm a voice girl. So when I hear a voice that's not that masculine, I'm always like, oh, how do you do it? Okay. Let's see. The group put out a song called BYB, Adele version, Hello. Okay. Thank you, Barbara. Let me take a snapshot of that real quick because I don't want to miss it, child. I'm going to definitely listen to it. But anyway, after all of that, he said, bitch, y'all tried to take me. Y'all will not even try. They did. And he just said a third party. He didn't say the name. So I'm about to give y'all the rest of it.
To get kicked off is heart-wrenching to my stomach. A family grew up on this team as little kids, and we kicked off the show. Power tripping is bad, man. Real bad. Put them egos aside, man. I ain't did nothing but always push for my city. Anybody call me, I'm always there. But to get kicked off when we done did all this stuff, people done bought tickets from out of town, hotels and everything. And it was a Netflix special. Is that why you kicked us off? Is you ain't want us to get that bump? Oh.
Because you didn't want us.
But guess what? I ain't even mad at you. I'ma just smile. I wish you well. I wish you power in all your endeavors. 2026.
He said, you didn't want us to get that bump? No, they didn't want you to get that bump, boo. I don't know who's taking your motherfucking place, but that's some dirty shit, okay? And listen, he didn't say the name. He just said a third party, but clearly there's a lot of competition in the go-go community, okay? I'm going to read you guys what he said in his post. At the top here, it says, good morning, my people. It's so much hate in the go-go community. It's sad and sickening. 2026, I'm done dealing with fake people who are tied to the wickedness affiliated, or excuse me, who are tied to wickedness and affiliated with the wickedness. Y'all going to have to pick a side, okay? Because I ain't rocking with you. And then he said, in 2006, it's going to be up and stuck, okay? So now let me show y'all what Jamie said, okay? Because he's the one who brought this whole information home, okay? He says, say her name, G. His post is at the top. Say her name, G. Then he called her, say her snake ass name. We all know who she is. And enough is the F enough, okay? So Jamie is the one, by the way, if you did not know this, Jamie was a police officer, I guess, over there in the Baltimore area. But he also said that he hired a private investigator to investigate Cookie. And that's how he knew she was the one behind all the shit that happened on his show, Love and Marriage DC. Bottom line is Jamie and Irena were about to, they came out as the lead in that show. It might not have started that way, but they were taking over the show. And it looks like somebody who might have had like a little jealousy in them got Cookie to come in and mess some shit up for him. You know what I'm saying? That is a show that Joy is a part of. Yes, that is a show that Joy is a part of. So anyways, someone underneath Jamie's comment said, please say it ain't so. It's going to crumble. And then crumble is in quotes because y'all know the National Cookie Store, Crumble Cookie, Cookie Crumble, or whatever it's called, Crumble is a cookie store. Oh, okay, so listen, I see some of y'all are like, ooh, he was a cop. He said that he was a detective. He said he was a detective. Anyway, someone else said, seriously, her again, because we don't even know the name yet. Her again, it can't be. Wow. Jamie comes in and Jamie said, yes, indeed. Okay. And he said, I knew about this days ago. And then Jamie puts the cookie emoji and he said, mother Cookie Monster. Okay. He put the cookie emoji up and said it was Cookie Monster. Someone else said, wow, just effing wow. And then another person said, I'm just surprised that nobody hasn't put their hands on her yet because she be doing some underhanded shit. Shaking my head. Jamie said, I'm surprised somebody hasn't put their hands on it either. And then get to the end of this. Someone else said, not this trick again. And Jamie said, it's definitely her. Definitely her. So just so y'all know, it does not take much, especially a big event like that where Netflix is coming in. I'm not trying to be funny, but if you write the right people and you list some shit, even if they can't prove it, it's the fact that somebody was nasty the fuck enough to do it, then you're going to be on the side as people who have to make decisions about this show. And you're like, I really don't want a black eye on this event. So why don't we just take them off and replace them with someone else? It's that easy. Because people don't want to do the work to investigate shit. It's as simple as that. So anyway, I thought that was wild. I thought that was wild. Y'all know they walked Cookie out of Real Housewives of Potomac when she was threatening Stacey. There was at least, I don't know, like 6 or 7 bodyguards that yanked her up and walked her out the door. And she was invited. She was invited by Giselle. Let's see. He turned to a detective before retiring. Yeah, he did say he was a detective. He also showed Cookie's her fake accounts. So he said the ones I showed y'all on my platform, I think I only showed you like 2. And he said, hell, there's way more than that. There's like 7 fake accounts on this platform, or she has 7 fake accounts that she operates from. Okay. And whoever this Anwan Glover guy is, he's definitely a big deal. Like I said, I don't know a lot about the go-go community. I have listened to the music and enjoyed myself when I was in DC. You know what I'm saying? When I was in DC, I definitely listened. But
good day, my people.
Hold on. Let me get over here. I know that I saw pictures of him at like Howard University. He took pictures with, let me get the photos first. Here we go. Anthony Anderson, he was hanging out with him for a little bit. Look, Cedric the Entertainer. Cedric refuses to lose that damn belly, don't he? He insists on keeping that belly up. Anyway, but yeah, he had a bunch of people that he hangs out with and stuff. I just thought it was interesting. I think it's sad that, like he said, having that Netflix special was going to give him the bump that he needed to do a whole bunch of different things, and they took it away from him. And even though you can say, I'm not bothered by it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? God's going to give me something new. That shit hurts. And you got to be at the right place at the right time. Hell, it probably took him 57 years just to get to this spot. So who knows? You might not be here tomorrow before you get that next blessing. Anything can happen. I just think that it's unfortunate that people are jealous and nasty and dirty, and that we gotta tighten the fuck up. Okay, we gotta tighten up. Period. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in the world, and we are the target. If you have not been paying attention, so for us to be the target against each other is wild to me. Wild to me. You can say a whole lot of shit about me, but I have never tried to tear anybody down like that. I talk about people too. You know what I'm saying? I talk about you. I might have feelings about you, not even like you, but I've never tried to F up how you eat, period. Okay? Come on in. That group gives back to the community more than the rest of the local groups. I believe you. Netflix is another level of exposure for him and his group. You heard him. He said that he had his entire band. He said people were flying in to see them. They've already bought tickets, that people had already decided how they were going to handle their families because they were performing on Christmas Day. So there was a lot of stuff that got negotiated before someone just came in and said, you've been taken off, which is absolutely dirty. So hopefully there's some public outcry, and whoever's responsible for giving him, that shot, they bring him back. You know what I mean? Because if it was done dirty, it can be corrected. We got a few days before Christmas. Christmas is when? On Wednesday? Hang all the mistletoe. It's on Thursday. Thursday is Christmas Day. But yeah, that's it, y'all. That is the stories for today. And then I have to come back and bring y'all episode 3 of Married to Medicine. And I'm going to tell y'all, this is going to be the best review ever, because the shit that I saw, y'all know I have to go back and watch, but the shit I saw between Cecil and Simone, ooh, Simone might have talked to a lawyer. I think Simone might have talked to her lawyer. I think she might have been trying to throw us off the scent. Also, the shit that happened at the end with Dr. Contessa. I'm glad that Dr. Contessa then brought her crazy ass back to the show. She's a little cray-cray. She's a little cray-cray. But I'm going to talk to y'all about both of those. So make sure your notification bells are on so that you can come back over. I'll be back on shortly. I won't be as late as I've been doing the other ones. This won't stop what was going to be his. Paulette, we love to say that, but sometimes people die before it happens. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of talented people out there that don't get what they're supposed to have. Let's stop talking about it like, oh, if somebody ruined your life now, you can build it back up. That doesn't always happen. That doesn't always happen. Okay. Don't piss me off with Cecil again. You come back over here so you can hear what I have to say about Cecil, because Cecil, child. Not only that, but I got a chance to listen to them being on live. Michael hasn't learned a damn thing, okay? Nothing. So we're going to talk all about them. And listen, they get paid for us to talk about them, so I don't care. I give no Fs when it comes to what we're about to talk about on Married to Medicine tonight. So come back over. Make sure your notification bells are on. I truly appreciate every single one of y'all for hanging out with me today. Y'all know how we do over here. You guys are my family. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Thank you to Lady D Keys for helping out in the chat. Okay. What else? Hit that like button if you have not already. Follow me on all platforms at DYANAROZAY. Until the next time, I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.